Hello everybody, I'm Kyle Schultz alongside Daniel Schultz, and we are here getting ready for the 8th MLW World Series between the Coastal Cobras and the Midwest Mallards. Daniel, are you surprised by this matchup?
I am not. I called this matchup in the regular season if the Eagles weren't to make it. I think the Cobras on a hot streak, same with the Mallards.
And we're going to have a lot of segments coming your way. We're going to have guest stars, and we're going to have some predictions at the end, so stay tuned. Okay, so this is going to be our 5 bold statements with Kyle and Daniel Schultz. Daniel, lead us off with number 1.
Tommy, the star pitcher of the Mallards, will throw a perfect game.
Number 2, Kraus will hit a walk-off home run at some point in this series. He's been clutch lately. You know, he's got a good bat, good bat speed, so I feel like he'll get around to Tommy at some point in the series and hit a walk-off. If they go to 5 games, they'd have 3 home games because they won the All-Star game. So there would be a good chance that Jack Kraus will hit a walk-off home run.
I believe Jack Kraus of the power-hitting Cobras will be the only one to hit a home run from that team.
Number 4, I think Stephen McPeak will have a game-saving play, whether that is a robbed home run or a diving catch. He's a good outfielder, and I think he'll save the game at some point this series.
Like last year, Drew will have another no-hitter but lose in the same game due to walks.
And those are your 5 bold statements for the World Series 2017. Alright, so me and Dana would like to welcome in our first guest of the evening, Drew Davis of the Coastal Cobras. Drew, how does it feel to be in the World Series?
Oh, it feels amazing. This is a dream come true. I've been dreaming this since day one.
You know, 2 years ago, 2016 spring, I mean, I don't even know if you knew about the league, and then here you are 2 years later in the World Series.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. Came into the league. I was like, let's do this. Let's get this job done. Let's go to the World Series.
Alright, so we actually have a fan question from Instagram. This one coming from Arceus Nova 38. Drew, if the Cobras had their original roster, would they have made it to the World Series?
I think we maybe could have pulled some strings, made some magic, made it back here. Maybe not. Who knows? All that matters, though, is that we are here now, in the present.
Okay. And from Cole Rankin 32, why did the Cobras drop Cam Ballou?
Well, you know, in the professional business of wiffle ball, sometimes you got to make some tough decisions based on players' abilities. You know, he was a great team player, but you know, just like in the Major League Baseball, sometimes they just don't make the cut.
Thank you. Drew Davis, everybody. This will be a little segment we like to call Strengths and Weaknesses of the World Series Contenders. So I'm going to start off with the Coastal Cobras' strengths. Number 1, they have great pitching. You know, Drew Davis has a tremendous ERA, both in the playoffs and the regular season.
A lot of walks, though.
A lot of walks. He sometimes can be inaccurate, but for the most part, he's around the plate. And then number 2, I'm going to go with power. You know, with the additions of Kraus and Marvin, you know, there's no easy out in the lineup now.
And Durand.
Yes, I forgot about Andy Durand.
Drew Davis.
A Rookie of the Year candidate. And so, yeah, those are my strengths for the Cobras. Now, Dano, give me the strengths for the Mallards.
Strengths for the Mallards, for number 1, also great pitching. Tommy Coughlin, probably the Cy Young of the year. Also, a fundamental game plan and togetherness. They're going to get on base, and they're going to rattle Drew Davis as much as they can.
That's very key. Getting in Drew Davis's head is very key in this series.
They're not amazing hitters, but they'll get on base.
All right, let's move on to the weaknesses now. I will have the Cobras. I'm going to say for the Cobras, number 1, they rely too much on the home run ball because, you know, with a pitcher like Tommy in this game, if his gypsy drop is working the whole game, I know the Cobras aren't a team to manufacture a run. That's what I'm trying to say. So they're really going to need the home run ball, and I think they rely on it too much. And then also for a weakness, Drew and his ability to get rattled, that I think will be key.
Yes.
You know, Noah for sure has a history of getting in Drew's head, so that could be a key factor in how Drew plays.
And now the weaknesses for the Mallards. They are not amazing hitters with a low batting average, but they'll stick to their game plan and get on base. Also, they don't have much pitching depth behind Tommy Coughlin, but that really shouldn't come into play.
Those are your strengths and weaknesses for the Cobras and Mallards. I'd like to take this moment to thank our sponsor, Bat Bob. They make custom mini jerseys and dugout gear hangers. So if you take a look here, you'll see a Mallard mini jersey, Tommy Coughlin, and then also a Jack Krause one. But you can use the promo code MLW123 on their website to get a 10% discount on any order. So visit batbob.com. Thank you. Alright, so we'd like to welcome in our next two guests, Tommy Coughlin and Noah Davico of the Midwest Mallards.
Ooh.
Gentlemen, you are in the World Series in your first year as a franchise. How's it feel?
Great. Knew it all along. Knew we had a great team, and it just feels good to actually be here.
It does feel good. We've been talking about it all year. We've been working at it all year. Now it's just reality, just a few hours away.
Now, Tommy, you took 3 years off of the league, and the first year you're back in the World Series. It's unbelievable, really.
I mean, that's what I came here to do. That's why I came back, to win another championship.
Now for Tommy Coughlin, who scares you the most on the Cobras?
I'd say Jack Krause, because he's a very underrated player in this league. He's a great hitter, and I think that if we go down, it's going to be due to Jack Krause at the plate.
Alright, so we have another fan question. This one coming from MLW Wiffle. If you had to join a different team in MLW, which would it be and why?
That's for me.
This is just hypothetical, yes. This is not actually happening.
I think I joined the Cats. My roots are in the Cats.
I like to hear that.
But I had to change something, start something new here. Bring a little change to the league is why I formed the Mallards.
What about you, Noah?
Probably go back to the Seahawks. Got all my boys on that team. They'll get a ring eventually. I have faith.
Alright, so what will be the one single key factor to determining whether or not you will win this series? I know what it is.
The key factor for this series is if we can score at least 2 runs a game. There's no way Tommy lets up more than 2 runs.
I think we just got to get on base. If we treat every at-bat just trying to get on first base, we're going to score runs. And Steve McPeak will play a huge role in this series as well.
Yeah, I mentioned that as well. For one of my bold statements, I had Steve McPeak would make a game-saving play. Whether that was a robbed home run or a diving catch, I think he's a great outfielder and that he'll make a great play.
McPeak's not getting enough credit in this league. He's an established player.
He's a great role player.
He's a great role player, best outfielder in the league.
Stop slandering him in the comments.
he hits clutch dingers when he needs to.
Very true.
This is the last question for Noah Davico. How important will it be to get inside Drew's head?
It's one of my best attributes for sure to be able to get in the other team's head. Played a big role in the Eagles series. It's going to be much easier this series with Drew. A lot more emotional. Daniel's more of a sturdy rock. But yeah, we'll play a big role. I'm excited to do it. It's one of my favorite parts of the game.
Thank you, Midwest Mallards. We'll see you tonight.
Quack tack.
Alright, so Drew is a very dedicated person of the league. He might win most dedicated this year.
Ooh.
And so we're going to test his knowledge with some MLW trivia here, just a little segment that we like to call. And Dano, what's the first trivia question?
In the season of 2012 of MLW, who led the league in batting average?
Oh, come on. It's my homie, Coastal Cobra, Zach Hotman,
Oh,
with a 700 average.
He knows it. I did not think you'd get it that quick. 702. Drew, do you know the all-time single season home run record?
25?
Very wrong.
What is it?
35.
Ah!
Can you name it? Name who it's by?
Tommy.
No.
Kyle.
Yes. So Drew does not know everything about the league. We got another fan question. This comes from ID Sharp 18. They say, are there any new teams for 2018 or are any teams leaving? And for that, I say I don't know yet, but there will be for sure be a league next year and a lot more players are wanting to join. So there will be some movement within teams. Maybe a new team, maybe a team drops out. I'm not sure yet. But 2018, the future's looking bright.
Oceanside Oilers.
Drew, do you want to add anything onto that?
Oceanside Oilers. Baltic Blue Devils.
This is just speculation. These aren't real teams. This is just Drew's fantasy.
New England Nightmares.
Oh God.
No.
City.
And Drew, I gotta ask, just tell me about this right here. What is this?
Oh, good old Cornelius. You know, he's our good mascot. Cam and I bought him earlier in the season off of Amazon. Very good price. I recommend getting one if you're a true Cobra fan.
Yeah, $40.
9 feet long. It's very huge.
I'm looking in to merchandise.
Merch.
That could be coming winter 2018. So
Wristband.
stay tuned for that.
Wristbands.
Let me know like what you guys would want to buy. Like I don't know if you want shirts or like wristbands or like I don't know what, but I'd be
Life-size
open to selling
Cobras.
stuff. Yeah.
Life-size Cobras.
All right, the moment's coming down to this. We're gonna make our predictions as well as our key player, our impact player in the series. Daniel, lead us off.
I got impact player for the Mallards, Tommy Coughlin. He's going to be dominating. And for the Cobras, Drew Davis. It's going to be a matter of who can pitch better. And I think, well, you can probably tell.
Make your selection, Daniel.
Cut the throat. Mallards.
In how many games, Daniel?
3 games, sweet.
You're like Kevin Durant, man. You snake.
Daniel's picking the Mallards in a 3-game sweep. For myself, my impact players are gonna have to be Jack Krause and Noah Dabrico. 2 players that are, you know, in the shadows of their managers, and 2 very good players. But I hope this game goes 5, and I think it actually will. And I'm gonna have to go with the Coastal Cobras in 5 games. That's it, folks. Thank you for tuning in to MLW Live pregame show.